Okay, so I keep hitting this wordplay because I got thrown under the bus by my family over something that came out of not being able to fucking admit that you made a mistake. And I get called misogyny, like shit that I'm not. If you took like, you want to see, like, I'm not gonna do this shit. I'll say, oh, I love women or anything. Oh. Like, at this point, like, they need to be aware now. You're on your own. Because I got labeled misogynist for hitting on this. I agree with the multitude of sexualities concept. You don't need pronouns because the variability of the word sex and gender. Okay. Sex is applied to sex and gender can mean the same thing, but then they take different connotations. One is very variable and the other one is set based on how it's two polarities or two sides of a coin or two opposite attract. So you like, if you agree that there's infinite sexualities, as many sexualities as there are unique individuals, then there's none of this pronoun stuff. But if you have to say gender, now you're thinking gender is a rich dichotomy of other pronouns. You know what I mean? And you got to fight to keep your ideals against people who can't understand where you're coming from. Nobody is telling you that you can't wear a mask. You know what I mean? It's just, okay, you're making children wear a mask. You're child abuse. You know what I mean? But you can wear a mask. Nobody, you know what I mean? If you have to tell somebody that they're telling you that you can't wear a mask when they're not telling you that because you feel like stupid, because it looks dumb, it looks stupid. No, but still, you could still wear a mask. It's not illegal. You just look stupid. Nobody ever told you that you're not allowed to wear a mask and try to control you, because I don't give a fuck. But you can still tell me that I got a problem with people wearing the mask and I don't want them to be able to do it. You know what I mean? I don't think that you should abuse children. Are we going to come back around to this over and over and over again with like a little bit of different mental gymnastics every time, like begging, like, you know what I mean? Like asking me to see it your way and shit. You could just stand on your own 10 toes, you know? If you ain't no punk, you can stand on your own 10 toes. You can die on the hill that you represent, and like, I bet I have power. I bet I have power. Is that why? Because I have power? I didn't even know. Okay. You know, because this whole mask fiasco and everything, they couldn't get me to wear it. I didn't care what the fuck you do. And everybody's going around acting like they're being messed with and somebody's stopping them from doing what they want to fucking do. No, I'm just over it. And then sooner or later they see the hypocrisy, or they see that it's stupid. They could, even that they're fucking throwing you under the bus, you're not really under the bus. You know, it was just, you felt alienated for a little while, but then things goes back to normal. I don't really know what happens to those people that alienated me, because I don't talk to people like that. If I figure out that you're trying to alienate me and you're not making points, then you're a waste of time. And that's just what that is. Like, you know. But I guess we have power. Not really. It wasn't really me that has power. It's the design, whoever created this DNA, whoever created it, And that was right. It wasn't a mistake. So, you know, it's just there's people that want to say that they were never created. It was all mistakes and shit like that. And they're not happy with a sexuality. They have to has a different gender. Like, why can't you be the kind of freak that you become because of the choices that you made? Like, what's wrong with that? You know what I mean? Like, for me to want to be a different gender, I have to want to love them less. I have to want to ragdoll them in sports, to give them concussions and fucking playing sports with them and showering with them, to denying them privacy. That's like no love. That ain't having no love right there. You know what I mean? Like, maybe you can't see the love because I went and fucking showered in a different shower and played in a different sport class. Like, maybe you can't see the love because I took precautions to make sure you didn't get stepped on. But, you know what I mean? Like, eventually you're going to have to decide whether or not you like being stepped on, you know, or whether or not you want to throw your friends under the bus. Ain't shit really changing. It seems like, I'm going to make this about you telling somebody they can't wear a mask. See what I'm saying? Before you know it, you're going to be in this, you know, using the struggle in a schism or like a rift between a caste or a class of society that you want to see yourself in, and since you're not, then you're in a struggle and you're on the side of black or something like this. Seriously? I have a different relationship with melanin. It was cultivated for us because it's good for your body. You have to appreciate it the same way you have to respect food. And people who don't have it cultivated, because all the things you never get to do in life, that's what the shit is. So people who doesn't have melanin are in a position where they can cultivate it. And I know a lot of what you would consider to be white people invented the science of melanin science back in the 70s, 80s, or they forgot it, lost it. Basically, all matter is a state that has arrived at after having been melanin at one point in time. Any matter, it's carbon. So it's like pretty cut and dry. I mean, I don't know what. Like, people are more like want to incite, agitate, or something than just sticking to science. You know what I mean? But they love to say science. You know what I mean? Like, to give like a lot of placating giving credit to science without having science, because they want to do something with it before anybody else gets it or something like that. How long is it gonna take to fucking get this stupid shit? It's so easy. It depends on whether or not you want to one of those words that they used on me, conniving. It depends on whether you want to be conniving or not. You know what I mean? Like, and those will be one of the words that you'll be called. Somebody will call you for not wanting to be conniving. You know what I mean? It's so weird how things plays out, and then they'll be off the hook eventually, and they won't has to be conniving because they've got the perspective, maybe, or maybe they won't. Maybe they died. Maybe they ruined their themselves or something like that. It's not fucking what they think. Like, You know what I'm saying? You just need to have some common sense. It's not that anybody like, fucking hated you or anything like that. Ain't nobody have time to be all preoccupied hating you. You know what I mean? Like, don't you have a life too? So it doesn't go with mental health. And in a mental health situation, that's where my mom goes to try all of her lies that she lied to herself, to tell herself that I told her that she can't wear a mask. I told her that I had talked to my sister before I went to the house to say that I wouldn't have to wear a mask. You know what I mean? She's taking all this shit and turning it around and making it to be a victim. Nobody... And this is how I have power, because if I don't wear a mask to protect other people and you want to call me an asshole to my face because I'm not protecting other people, you're not going to want to do that. Because I didn't come into this world with no mask, and I don't go with the mask. There's no mask that's made for me because it's not for me. You know what I mean? And it's just what it is. If other people want to alternate their being, they can. You know what I mean? But then when they look stupid, then they want to point the finger at people who laugh at them and saying that you said we can't, like, if we even wear a mask, that you're going to alienate us. You know what I mean? Like, no, you're just, like, probably a child abuser because you're putting a mask on little kids. But I'm sure there's some of you that wanted to wear a mask for precaution. Maybe they want to protect other people and they don't force other people to do it. You know? Do you think there's an allowance for some people like that to exist? You know what I mean? It's like, let these people who assume shit gaslight you, and they'll have you think that nobody has any competency because you're listening to them. It's not a thing to them, or it doesn't fit into their plan, and they don't want to acknowledge it, so they can, just like holding my breath. Like, I'll just hold my breath until I turn blue.